Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen zurück zu Vampyr. Ich glaube, das hier ist wieder so eine... Alles klar, verschlossene Tür, genau das wollte ich sagen. Nicht, da kann man eventuell rein durch den Ladebildschirm. Dann halt hier.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Fuck you all! Fuck it all! Stop it now, Albert, stop it!
Na, das soll er nicht gesehen haben.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
This note was found on a dead man, Albert. If that doesn't change your mind, then you must be ready to face the risks.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I've a future here.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Okay, mehr
Goodbye,
gibt's
young
nicht.
man.
I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
Stealing drugs from the sick and some. What?
Shooting a boy in the middle of a street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
Migräne.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go. No family that would welcome you.
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Trap.
Gut, wir haben alles
A
gefragt.
gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Ich würde gern mehr in das Krankenhaus schicken, ehrlich gesagt, weil ich werde wahrscheinlich niemals mit einer Flasche Migräne hier wieder hinkommen.
Be proud of me.
Also, der Flasche Migräne ist auch gut. Aber, ne? Mit etwas gegen Migräne. Ich will ein Kind weinen. Ich will da irgendwie nicht hin, ich habe Angst, dass ich das töten muss. Schmiermittel hau ich mir erstmal in die Vene. Scheint auch freundlich zu sein.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems.
Na, es geht ja gut los.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Da will ich mal vielleicht 2 kaufen. Oder 3. Oh, das wollte ich nicht. Ach komm, kaufen wir mal 1. Kann ich...
Good evening, my dear colleague.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Ich kann bei ihr nur Ich kann bei ihr nicht die Waffen verkaufen, die ich doppelt habe oder zu viel habe oder die ich nicht brauche. Guten Abend.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to. I must insist, sir. Please let me see Nurse Crane.
I have no time for you, sir.
Der hat nicht mal seinen Namen gesagt. Warum soll ich... Oh, er hat Bronchitis. Aber wie komme ich jetzt dahinter?
Nobody at home. It's locked, all right.
Ach, ich wollte mich doch veräppeln. Ich bin ein verdammter Vampir. Kann ich die Tür nicht einfach eintreten? Ich frage mich, warum ich nicht einfach jetzt das Schloss knacken kann. Und hier kann ich gar nicht erst versuchen, das Tor zu öffnen. Ja, Hinweise, ja. Schön und gut, aber ich muss da ja irgendwie rein. Gibt nur die 2 Tore.
It's locked.
It's locked. Warum ist die verschlossen, aber bei der anderen kann ich gar nichts erst machen? Das würde ich auch gerne mal wissen. Wo geht's denn hier hin, wenn ich jetzt hier... Ja, das bringt mir gar nichts. Vielleicht muss ich ihn noch ein bisschen beobachten, ich weiß halt nicht. Der macht doch da irgendwas. Das passiert nichts. Ja, ich habe keine Ahnung. Ich weiß nicht, wie ich da hinkomme. Ich kann das Tor halt hier nicht öffnen. Ist das ein Bug oder so? Und wenn das Haus leer ist, warum gehe ich nicht einfach rein?
No one's there. There's nobody here.
Das geht also nicht.
It's locked, all right.
Das geht auch nicht. Ich finde Hinweise darauf, was er in Schilde führt. Ja, ja, der steht vor der Tür und macht da irgendwas. Damit kann ich nicht so viel anfangen. Oh Mann. Ich muss echt mehr mit Ausweichen haben. Irgendwie glaube ich, dass das gerade ein Bug ist. Irgendwie, weiß ich nicht. Das muss doch weitergehen. Der klopft doch da auch an, aber keiner geht dahin. Was ist denn jetzt? Ach so, okay.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
It's locked. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius.
Clayton
Nearby the
Darby.
church that you just mentioned.
Clayton Darby. Das wäre da in die Richtung, aber ich würde gerne mal speichern. Oder geht das auch so? Ich weiß es nicht. Nach links.
It's locked, all right.
Bis. Wieso ist das locked? Jetzt bin ich gespannt. Sieht ja nicht so safe aus, ehrlich gesagt. Ist das überhaupt ein Safe Room? Ja, das sieht schon besser aus. Oh, mit Kaminfeuerchen. Oh. Was hatte der eine? Gegen Migräne brauche ich was, ne? Und gegen Bronchitis wäre auch noch ganz gut. Achso. Vergesse ich immer wieder. Gut, dann würde ich hier eben mal so, zack. Kann ich denn überhaupt speichern? Vielleicht lernen wir einfach mal irgendeine Kleinigkeit. Sprung, Schattenschleicher, das klingt doch ganz gut. So. Dann können wir bestätigen. Das speichert und wir sehen uns dann in der nächsten Nacht, in der nächsten Folge. Oh, wir können mal eben gucken. Stimmt, das ist ja hier der Bezirk. Ich kann nichts. Jetzt. Neue Erkältung. Bronchitis. Migräne, Erschöpfung. Die sind so ziemlich alle krank. Stütze. Alles klar. So, wir sehen uns dann hoffentlich in der nächsten Folge wieder. Bis dahin.